Hi, this is Armando with the Boxing Corner. Haven't seen two amazing fights just now. Um, one fight I knew was going to be amazing, which was the Lucas Mattysse versus Humberto Soto fight, but I didn't think highly of the Josesito and Victor Ortiz fight because I thought it was very much a mismatch, a tune-up fight. But I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. Lucas Mattysse is a power puncher, Argentinian. Part of this, big three of Martinez, him and Maidana. These knockout punchers and stuff of that nature. But I thought that was definitely going to be the fight that was going to blow away the main event. Not quite the case, but regardless, they fight. First two rounds go to Soto easily. He just was quicker than him, was kind of boxing him a little bit. Lucas didn't really know what to do. He didn't really know what to do because he didn't know how to figure him out, kind of. But as the rounds continued, third round, good round, Lucas started, pinpointing him with clean shots here and there. Fourth round as well. But what's weird with the fourth round is Soto kind of rallied back in that round, but for the most part I give it to Lucas. And then the fifth round, it was going good. Fight was mostly kind of back and forth, I guess, in the fifth round. And at the closing seconds, literally the closing seconds of round 5, Lucas just completely floors this guy. He hits him with the overhand right, which ends up having Soto is literally like kind of falling back a little bit, and he ends up catching him one or two more times, and the bell had just rang, so you got to count the knockdown. He gets to his feet, he gets the standing 8 count, he makes it to his corner sort of, and they just stopped the fight because he looked clearly hurt. Now I think, but I don't know if it was a ref or if it was his corner, but it was a great win for Lucas Mattysse. Mattysse is again, very underrated by a long shot. That's what you get. Only time Lucas will lose is the only person that can stop him is hometown judging. Hopefully HBO and Showtime keep him very much because he's very much an exciting fighter. Again, Lucas, it goes to show you never let your fight go in the judge's hands. You gotta go out there and take your guy out. Pacquiao Bradley. I like to see Lucas fight Maidana or Khan, definitely. Those would be the fights that would be a step up for him and would be very competitive. Lucas did a lot better against Devin than Maidana did, and he Judah fight was kind of skeptical. I kind of had him winning. Enough of that fight. Now the main event, Josesito Lopez, Victor Ortiz. I honestly thought this was going to be a tune-up fight. He fought Jesse Vargas. I seen that fight. This is, like I said, was supposed to be, in my opinion, a tune-up fight. All week people have been saying, Ortiz needs to stay focused. You can't oversee a fighter because he had his mega fight with Canelo Alvarez. Fight kicks in. Ortiz, again, aggressive, but Josesito will not back down. This cat definitely won me over. I'm a big Victor Ortiz fan, but man, this Lopez was on a fucking mission. This was very reminiscent of the Ortiz and Berto fight back last year in April of 2011. This was a very aggressive fight. This was a fight that Josesito knew he had to impress. He was not going to let Ortiz bully him and rough him around. Ortiz was catching him, and Josesito would respond and land back. And for a second I was like, oh shit, this is actually going to be a fucking fight. I thought it was going to be Ortiz taking him out in 5 or 6 rounds. Not the case. It went all the way down, or all the way up to the 9th round. At the 10th round, he didn't come out of his corner. So what happened is he complained of a broken jaw The thing with Ortiz is he's kind of hot and cold. When he's on, he's on. But when he's having a bit of a hard time in a round where he's having these he's unsure of himself, of somebody's landing on him, this and that, he starts getting out of control. And there was a lot of moments where it was getting kind of dirty. There was a point in the 5th round where he landed to the back of Lopez's neck, and obviously the crowd booed and blah blah blah. But god damn, dude, this Lopez cat, he fought his fucking heart out, and you gotta fucking give it to him, man, because Canelo's like, fuck, man. Williams, Kirkland, and now Ortiz. Josesito got the biggest win of his life. I would like to see him back on Showtime and HBO. I'd like to see another fight of his. At welterweight or 140, doesn't matter. But regardless, this was I'm actually kind of like, holy shit. The only person I think that's happy right now is Josesito and Bob Arum. Bob Arum now has his mega pay-per-view fight between Chavez and Martinez, because they were conflicting pay-per-view fights. But Ortiz lost. He lost a competitive fight, and fucking, you got to give it up to Josesito Lopez. I didn't even think he had even a chance, in this fight. Shit, man. I mean, you can never count out the heart of a fighter, man. You never know what'll happen. So that's my video. I'm already exhausted of talking. I think I talked like 50 miles an hour. There's still a million things going in my head, but I have to leave that for some other time. Maybe I'll do another video Monday or Tuesday in a couple of days. But thanks for watching. This is Armando with the Boxing Corner, and I'll see you next time.